Hi Hans, it's Tom Dishlevoy here. I see you're pretty booked up for doing some follow-up interviews, so I thought I'd just give it a try like you suggested and do my own little one-on-one interview. So jump right in. What do I like about the sustainability strategy? What I like is pretty much the same as what everyone else that you've interviewed has liked, and that is it's a pretty broad, all-encompassing document. It covers off everything from housing, buildings, infrastructure, transportation, ecosystems, food systems, social and economic well-being. I mean, that's really an aggressive and wonderful document. So what are its challenges? What are the challenges of implementing it going to be? Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be actually taking action. How do you move forward with what you can do to meet all of the goals and the targets that have been set there? And I think that's really going to be the challenge, because the document itself doesn't sort of tell us how we're going to get there. That's going to be up to each of us and what we do. And basically that's why that's what I want to talk about tonight. In our office, we've got something cooking here that that we think can help us get to that sustainable Comox Valley. We're architects and planners. We're always working on big projects. And what's common to all of them is that at some point they have to be approved by the town or some jurisdiction, the authorities, the councils, the planning department. And right now, I think there's a bottleneck here. It doesn't matter how innovative or how green a project might be, chances are it's going to be unique, and the approving authorities haven't seen it. So there's an apprehension, there's certainly a degree of unknown and perhaps even fear, because they've never seen this before. They're looking to make sure it's not going to be something that'll cause them concerns, and they're not sure how the public's going to react. Well, this is where we want to start something different, and that's what we're proposing, is an alternate approvals process. We're working on a pilot project, and we're going to be pitching it to one of the local municipalities very, very soon to work through one project. And it's actually quite simple. It's all about revising the process before the developer actually makes his application. And what we're conceiving of here is it's a three-stage process. And the first stage we're calling the welcoming and the visioning stage. And what we see happening here is inviting the developer to come meet the community. We want to bring the developer and his team together with the neighbors from the area that he's proposing his development. But not just the neighbors. We want to bring the mayor and his council together as well. And sit all three groups down. You've got the approving, the proposing, and the people that are living with it. In addition to that, we want to bring in experts in our areas of sustainability, so that they can make sure that all of these issues that were in that sustainability strategy are on the agenda, not only for the developer to design, but for the town to make sure that they're ready for it and they've got buy-in for it. What I want to do is I just want to encourage everyone to get all the issues on the table. Affordable housing will be there to pitch their piece. The land trust can do their thing. If there's a stream, then the stream keepers can be there. If it's waterfront, Department of Fisheries can be there. The cycling task force should be there. The transportation infrastructure people, the civil engineers, the city engineers, to make sure we've got infrastructure that's adequate for what's being proposed. So I want to get all those issues on the table, and at that very first session. From there, we want to go into session 2, which is actually, everyone's seen the issues. They can go do some research. They can maybe do a transportation study if it's really necessary. We want to bring everyone back, and ultimately leading to a big collaborative design charrette. I want to see everyone in that room rolling up their sleeves, getting out the markers, the easels, the whiteboards. I want to see design ideas flying around. People could go back. Here's a project in Seattle that solved a whole bunch of development issues. Let's bring all the precedent. Let's bring them together, and let's let's come up with our own unique site-specific design right then and there with everybody involved. Long before the developer even has, he might have an idea of what he wants to do. It's going to be a housing project, but now it's a mixed-use housing project with a commercial component, and it'll start to take shape with everybody participating. And I think when we do that, we'll get buy-in from everybody. There won't be any winners, there won't be any losers. We can manipulate the ideas, the issues, so that the concerns are dealt with very, very early on in the process. And then from that design charrette, the developer can roll up all the sketches. He can take them back. He can bring in his experts, his architects, his engineers, and he can come up with a project that's now based on all of this design input that's been generated by the group. And if he's done his homework, he's been a good listener, he'll come back to stage 3 and he'll make a presentation that should just wow everybody. If it doesn't, then he'll see clearly that maybe he shouldn't go forward with it. But if he's really sincere and he wants to be a member of this community, he'll have a project that the city planners have already seen. They'll have no trouble writing their staff report. The councils will be completely familiar with it, so approving it shouldn't be a problem. And and at this point, the public should pretty much be on board because they've been part of creating it. So if all this goes well, the approval process right after that should be fairly straightforward. It can still go through. There'll be no surprises at public hearings. There'll be no angry mobs wanting to get their rant in, to try to sway council. Everyone will have had a chance. All of this will be long behind us. So we're thinking that this is probably a pretty good way to come up with some really new and innovative projects that is actually the result of collaboration and all the good work, all the thoughts, all the expertise from the sustainability strategy. And we're really optimistic that this turns into possibly a template for all developers as they come forward. So that's what we're up to. We'll keep you posted as it moves ahead, and keep your fingers crossed, because we're gonna need a lot of things to go right, and we're certainly gonna need the help of the city. So you guys be ready for it. It's coming your way soon. So that's it. Stand by. Thanks, Hans. Talk to you soon.